Hello and welcome to the Work Hates podcast. Everyone has a nightmare work story, whether it is an insufferable boss, a shitty workplace, or a dickhead workmate. And if you've had none of those things, chances are you're the problem. I'm Bron Lewis. This is Bretty Blake.
G'day, legends. Today we are joined by comedian, dog enthusiast, and multiple award winner, Bronwyn Kuss.
Woo! That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I'm those things in that order.
Really?
Yeah, dog enthusiast above
Comedian.
Yeah,
that's more important. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many dogs have you had in your life?
Oh, I've had, just wait, seven.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We'll have like two going at once normally.
Yeah, so you grew up always grew up with dogs.
Always had dogs.
Yeah, right. And how are you finding dogs in Melbourne though? Because you can't get a back garden. It's fucking hard.
Oh, yeah, I've got a border collie in an apartment, which...
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky. He's a bit
Yeah, what is it hurting there?
it was a Shih Tzu, but
Right.
the Shih Tzu's passed.
Okay, yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry about
but
that.
she is... she's not right, so it kind of works out. She's a bit
What do you mean she's
wobbly.
not right? She's a bit...
She falls over all the time, so it's kind of for the best.
Why? Is it, do you reckon she's like missing whiskers or that's a cat thing?
That's a cat thing.
That's a cat
Okay, sorry about that.
Wow.
So sorry.
No, she had a tick as a puppy, so she's like shaky.
Ah.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it bother her? She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
She's like this. Every dog
Every
walks
dog's
like this.
every dog walks sideways.
Every
Like
dog's a bit maggot.
yeah. Yeah, she does look drunk. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Does the
good.
tick,
very
I
cute.
don't understand what the tick did. Does the tick fuck up your blood or something, does it?
Do you know what? You're asking the wrong person. But paralysis tick. So I guess it does something to the
Nervous
nerves.
system.
Yeah. Fucks them up.
Oh
How
my
old is she?
God.
She's 7. She's going grey around here. So
very cute.
very cute. Yeah.
7. Okay, great.
pretty
And so does she bring toys to you all the time to throw?
No, she never bothers me.
Oh, wow. She
just
sounds
chills-
like the perfect
chills out.
She just chills
clumsy
out.
dog.
Yeah, I just walk her around the block a bit. She's happy with that. She comes back, has a little bed in the bed. Done.
Yeah.
Day's done.
Yeah, day's done. She can't handle the hardwood floors. So constantly, it's like she's ice skating. So we've had to put carpet squares all the way, like
That is
an obstacle
hilarious.
course around the house. And
Also,
the house
just
looks
too slippery.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Oh.
too slippery. I've tried socks. I've tried shoes.
Why don't you get her rollerblades?
It looks like she's already on them.
Those are two negatives make a positive.
yeah.
Maybe she's really good at
Maybe,
it.
yeah, you're right. I
She
should
do
try.
backflip.
Someone's made them. They'll
They
be
have
dog.
made them
yeah.
for
I was like,
sure.
socks would be great as well. I like the socks would look cute, you know.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a little socks that looked like
There's Pilates
sneakers.
socks with the grips on.
Yeah,
Oh.
they got the grips, and then it makes her more nervous, so she walks more strangely, and then it topples over it again.
Man, I got the Pilates. I went to Pilates.
You did?
Yeah, yeah, well, I
the
wanted to-
reformer one on the machine?
The hardcore one.
Don't know, but it was. You tell me what it was.
Were
There
you
was
on
a
a
guy with his shirt off, banging a fucking drum in the corner. It was in South Yarra. The lady's face didn't move.
What?
And then when I've never
I
done
reckon it's
Pilates
reformer.
before, I just went
Yeah.
on to like.
Is there a
I'll just-
pulley?
Yeah, it was a thing,
Yeah.
and then I fucking went backwards, and the thing fucking ran me over, and she didn't even help me.
Oh, she was just like part of the
You
process.
weren't
It's like, come on, let's go.
Maybe she was really shocked, but you couldn't tell.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I think-
Maybe
Yeah,
she was,
there's
maybe she was
something-
crying.
It was, you know, they're
For
set and
you.
their face is weird, and then like
Yeah.
she was screaming, and I was there with my ex, well, I was my partner at the time, and she's pissing herself laughing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
I am
hilarious.
injured here, and like the class doesn't stop.
I've never done it.
I have.
Is it?
It's really great, except it's so expensive. It's like $30 a go.
Yeah.
Well, the socks were $17. I was
And you
well,
went
Yeah,
once.
I
had
bought
to have.
them one. Yeah, I had to have them, otherwise I couldn't go on the machine. What could possibly go wrong?
Well,
I
they
fell
worked,
off.
didn't they? Yeah. All right.
It was fucking insane. I'm like, well, I'm never using these socks again. They go, oh, we can have these we got some spare socks. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put my
Oh,
feet into something other disgusting higher
You
socks.
found them.
Anyway, that's my rant for the day.
Hey, that's very good. That's very good. Now, Bronwyn Kuss, we're so thrilled to have you on. You're kicking goals with
Thrilled to be
comedy.
here.
Oh my gosh, you just won the Pinder Prize. You get to go to Edinburgh Festival,
Do they
which
pay
is
for
huge.
everything?
They don't pay for everything.
Fucking dogs, man.
I know. They give you a little lump sum, and I've spoken to a past winner, and it sounds like they got more, but really,
Turns out it's scalable.
Dudes are going, a bit of shrinkflation. But
so I got to go to Edinburgh a couple of years ago, and they gave us like a surprise $2,000 just before we left. They were like,
awesome.
we got this. This is for your accommodation.
I don't reckon that's coming, but
this was like a year after. Like I think when things kicked off again. So maybe they had a banked up money. So maybe the person who you were talking to, maybe that was around happened. That time.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's they don't like you as much as them.
I reckon the latter.
Okay, good. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's like they just give you some cash and then you get a room at Assembly, and I think they pay the rego and stuff.
Yeah, great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay for the hire at Assembly?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you still got to pay that?
Yeah. But settlement, not up front. Which is, I guess, good.
Good.
But,
Edinburgh scares me because it's so fucking expensive.
Oh, I'm going to lose heaps of money.
Yeah.
Just a little bit less than if I didn't win the prize.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. Oh, and it's so
Which is
it'll
good.
be
That's
so.
a win.
Well, people go over there and just have the best time of their lives. I felt I was only there for 2 weeks, and I didn't even do a solo.
Yeah.
Just there, and it was too much for me. I was very overwhelmed, and it was and this is not going to be your experience. This was mine. I just felt overwhelmed with the sheer desperation in the air.
Oh,
and because you've got a bit of clout behind you, like you've just won this huge prize. The festival is going to be putting money in to make sure that you've got a producer. I'm assuming, yeah, you're fine. But you see, because no one's vetting the people doing Edinburgh. No one's like, oh wait, can you just do a little performance for us here? And how's your mental health?
That's the beauty of it, though. I'm pretty keen to go see some shit.
I
shows.
love bad comedy. I love it.
I saw some bad ones, but I also saw some ones that you're like, oh, I've got to be here for an hour, and that's not fun.
Oh, when it's just bad.
It's just bad. Yeah. There was also a comic in the UK who I was obsessed with. I was doing all these open mics, and he one of his jokes was he'd get up on stage, and then he'd go, hang on a sec, wait a minute, and then he'd go off stage, and he'd come back with big Mickey Mouse gloves on, and he'd be like, sorry guys, didn't mean to take the Mickey, and it would bomb. It bombed so bad, right? And then I became obsessed with this guy. I started following him around to gigs I wasn't even on, and I was bringing my mates.
Yes.
And then one time he goes backstage, and I was like to my mates, like, fuck, here it is, it's gonna fucking rule, it's gonna rule.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh no, I've forgotten my props, and I'm like, I can see him backstage, so I run and grab him and bring it to him on stage, and he's like, thank you so much, and I was like, no, thank you. And then he did it, and it flatlined again. I was like, yes. And I said to one of the guys, oh, fuck, it's, he's just started comedy, I shouldn't be so mean. He's like, no, he's been doing it for 12 years. I'm like, okay.
All right.
And I don't think they know why people are in the audience. I don't care why people are in the audience. If they've come to make fun of me, great. I don't care. As long as I get that money from the ticket sale, I don't care why they're there.
Yeah.
Just no refunds.
Yeah, I don't care at all. He does sound like the guy from Baby Reindeer, though.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Just so bad.
I watched it, but I've seen that room that he's doing that thing in. I'm pretty sure I've done a gig in that room. Like, it feels familiar, but it wouldn't be. I mean, they shot it in America.
How they have the
like
tellies on the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just talking to the back of two men's heads.
Yeah, they don't give a. One year I did a show in Perth Fringe, and it was at the Buffalo Club, which is an old RSL club. And I was like, oh yeah, so and they go, oh, by the way, there's like these 5 locals that drink here every night, so yeah, they'll just be in the show every night. I was like,
wait,
what?
behind you?
No. Yeah.
Oh.
So stage is here, audience, and then the bar's just there. And then the last show, of the week, they're like, heard it. I'm like, yeah, cunt, you've been here every night.
Get a fucking life.
Yeah. And they just sit there drinking beers, and they just start talking. I'm like, don't start talking.
I've definitely done gigs in Brisbane where it's like the TAB's on and the dogs are going in the back. And
Yeah.
And then someone perks up and you're like, oh, they had a win.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. Yeah.
But Fitzy's in between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. It's at Logan.
No,
it's called Fitzgerald's.
Yeah.
I think it is Fitzy's. A sit-down comedy club runs it, and it's one of your first ever paid gigs. It's 10 minutes, gets a certain amount of money, and then the headliner at the end. But I don't know where the money comes from, because there's always like about 7 people in the audience, and
tax break.
All of them need a.
If you have pokies in Queensland, you get pokies in your venue. You have to put on live entertainment.
I
and comedy's
I
the
said
cheapest
this
thing.
to Josh Armstrong. He runs a thing, and he said, "No, it's not. That's not the thing. You don't get paid."
He claims it's
Yeah.
not true, but you do have to have live entertainment.
Yeah.
in both
Okay,
venues.
great. Okay, that's
It
That
what I
is
makes
thought.
right. Yeah.
It is right, and it makes sense why some of those rooms exist. Because
Yeah,
multiple
dire.
times I'm like, "Hey, there's only one person here," and they're like, "Yeah, we got to keep doing the show." Who for?
Yeah.
That guy
Yeah,
who's not paying any
He's
attention.
he's passed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's asleep. And they're like, "No, we need to do the show." And
Yeah.
I remember doing a gig to like one person who wasn't listening.
Oh, they're always fun, huh?
We've all
getting
been there.
flashbacks.
But this will not be your experience in Edinburgh. You'll have a full house every night. I can tell.
Man, Assembly's going to be a
I
great
don't know.
room.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna
really
fun, yeah.
great.
Also, I don't mind a bomb. As like a
I haven't had a good one in a while.
I had a pretty-
bragging.
I had a pretty good
I
one.
know. They're around the corner. It's only because I haven't been writing heaps of new stuff yet. So it's an old rope, and I'm like, then I can go, "Hey, you're wrong."
Yeah, I'm gonna bomb for a while now because I'll try some new. I've got no ideas for any new stuff, but anyway,
Doesn't matter.
we'll
You
go.
don't need to. That's ages away. My last one was with you, Brady, at Toff in Town.
Oh,
Yeah, you talked about this one, but I said you're wrong because there was 2 shows back to back.
Oh, yeah.
And I emceed one, and it was hard. Actually,
Yeah.
that was probably the next one was my latest bomb,
Yeah.
I reckon. And then you're like, that was the worst gig ever. I was like, you didn't wait an hour. It somehow got worse on the second show.
So
that
bad.
room can be so good.
Yeah.
and
So
so
bad.
fucking
true.
bad.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And every night you walk in, you go, I don't know what I'm going to feel at the end of this
No.
gig.
Oh, I know what I'm feeling. $250 in my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Get in, get out.
Okay, good. But before comedy, how old were you when you started comedy?
Old, like 30.
Yeah, good, great. Okay, yeah. So you
Late.
started
Late,
late.
yeah.
Late
It's a,
bloomer.
yeah.
bloomer.
But so what did you do before that?
A lot of admin jobs.
Great.
Government work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
Which-
is in Brisbane.
In Brisbane, yeah.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time. I work in corrections. So
This is what I'm excited
Yeah.
about.
yeah,
I'm
my
pumped.
family works. So whenever I go home with no money, someone in my family gets me a job in a prison.
Right.
And that's
That's-
kind of the cycle I'm in. So when I bomb out of comedy properly, I'll go back to Ipswich and then someone will get me a job in
Okay.
a prison.
So you could do like a 1 month contract there. So
They're
when
always
he's-
looking for temps and stuff. It's no one's dream to work in a prison, right?
You've
So-
never met my brother. He loves it.
Screw or
Screw, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking loves it. He's like, man, it's awesome. Like, you get into fights every day. He's like,
Yeah.
And he likes being I don't know what he just he loves it. He's a pig in the mud for it every day.
Yeah.
Someone like knocked his tooth out, and he was so stoked because they replaced it with a gold one, so he's got a gold tooth now. He's like, man, I got a fucking
The
free
government,
tooth.
man, fuck, WA's cashed up. Huh?
Man, it's
Yeah, so
insane.
much money
Fucking
now.
hell.
Well, they said
You're
that
not getting that at Queensland Corrections, a gold tooth. I don't reckon.
no, because this is what he figured out. Because he goes, so right, apparently if you lose a tooth, it's just a set fee. It's like
Yeah.
$8,000, up to $8,000 to fix it. And so he goes in, say it's $8,000 hypothetically, and he goes to the dentist. How much is it to fix a tooth? They go, yeah, porcelain one's $4,000. And he goes, oh, but I got 8. And the guy goes, oh, we can have a gold one, mucking around. And he goes, how much is the gold one? And he goes, $8,000. He goes, all right, I'll have the gold one then. So we just got a fucking
Amazing.
gold tooth. He's like, he wanted to get value for money. He's like, man, I got extra $4,000 now.
That's
I guess
incredible.
so. You could just melt it down, he gets in trouble.
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
he's got to keep it in. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if there's a rule about it, but I feel
Sell
like
your
Catch it in.
tooth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you want to go? Like, if you got actually, it's pretty funny having a front gold tooth.
Oh, it's
Is
the
it
front
front?
one.
no, it's not. But it'd be good. You can see it's like there. It's like
Okay,
that one,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
But gold teeth, they look like
They look
they're
like
rotten.
Yeah, they look
They're
awesome.
brown. If there's not a really beautiful light on it, that's a brown tooth.
Is there any special, is it just toothpaste or does he have to polish it?
I've got so many, you know what? Surprisingly, I haven't asked him a lot of questions about it. I should really, yeah. You got to give
dive
a little
in.
buff.
It's an $8,000 tooth.
It's
Like,
an $8,000 tooth.
You want to fucking look after it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
And
just
also, I was
get
like,
a new
dude,
one.
you could now they can rob you in the prison. Like they could $8,000 off you.
That's true.
take your tooth.
You could
Walking
hide
around.
that. You can stick a tooth up your bum.
You can stick so much stuff.
So much.
What is
yeah.
the weirdest thing you've ever found up? Well, you wouldn't have found.
I
but
didn't
you've
find
heard.
anything.
You were only in admin? Did you ever do any of the Did you have to go?
no,
in with
no.
the
just admin.
people?
I wasn't in, but like, you're like in the prison
Yes. Okay.
and you
so
get the
much
free
good
lunch
goss.
and stuff. Oh,
You get free lunch?
yeah.
Did you say? Fuck, that's so
The
good.
prisoners cook it, so there's probably like spit and cum in it and stuff. But
There's definitely coming there.
it's pretty good. There was like people go nuts for Pie Tuesday. They're like, it's Pie Tuesday, and then everyone gets excited. You have a pie for lunch.
Come by.
Yeah,
And was it like a male prison, women's prison, or both?
I've done both. I've done women's prison and I've done the men's prison.
Okay, which vibe is nicer?
I reckon the women would be scarier for some reason.
Yeah, you're scared of women though.
True.
People say that. People always like the women are more manipulative, blah blah blah.
Ugh.
But
Grow up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're just mad they don't get their free teeth from.
Yeah.
But the women's prison's nicer. They have like a garden they look after and stuff.
Ah,
You know,
beautiful.
stuff like And the men's. But I was in a reception centre, which is like, they're just in before they go to court and get sentenced. So there's like a big turnover.
All right,
It's
so
like
you can't
pumping
make
them out.
friends with any.
Nah.
God,
I don't
that
think
must
you're
have been
supposed to. But
I don't think you're meant
But
to
it's-
make mates
yeah.
with them.
What do you
But
mean?
the
How
like
good their
going
stories would be like, tell us another one, Barb. You know, and you'd be like, gotta go. You'd be like, oh, I hate this job. Always have to say goodbye.
Yeah, I didn't have like, I would deliver the mail. That's as close as I'd get. But there are, I had like a job once when I was in the women's prison. I worked in sentence management, which is like you get to tell them when they're going on parole and stuff. So you have them in a little room and you're like, you're going home, and then they
that's
cry,
fun.
and then that's fun, and then next week they're back in. All right.
See you next week.
you,
Legend.
all right.
What do you mean? Like, you'll be back. Yeah.
And
By Tuesday, you don't want to miss out.
And then
get
you're
back in
all,
for Pie
any of
Tuesday.
your family screws? Or they're all in admin?
All in admin.
Yep.
Bar one. Yeah. One of my uncles.
What's he
But
do?
yeah. He's a screw.
He's a screw.
He's a screw.
He's a screw.
He's married to my aunt.
Who's in
So
admin?
he's in
God,
admin.
you're all in the prison system, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, well, there's a lot. Mum's got 4 brothers, 4 sisters.
Okay.
So there is a lot, but there's a lot doing other things.
And is your
You
mum?
really
Is
just
it your mum's job?
No, Mum's a nurse. She did for a minute. Was a nurse in a prison.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
That-
Everyone's
Is the
jumped
whole
in.
of Ipswich just a big prison?
Yeah, there's like 4 prisons in Ipswich.
Ah.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. I've been to Ipswich. It's really scary.
I did a gig once and like when I first moved down to Melbourne and like mentioned that I was from Ipswich, part of the, like whatever the fucking joke was, I can't remember. And a guy came up after me, had a hospital wristband on, was like, oh, you from Ipswich?
Right.
I used to live in Wacol, and Wacol is where all of the prisons are. There's nothing else in Wacol but prisons.
so
and I was like,
that's
oh, where are you now? And he's like, yep. I was like, okay, what happened to you? And he's like, oh, yeah, they wanted me to stay, but I was like, fuck it, I left.
What? Is it just a prison?
Hospital.
He's
No,
scary.
hospital,
band.
yeah.
Yeah.
Had a broken arm and
Shit.
stuff. Oh, no, I was all right. I left. I didn't
I'll
even know
be
you could do
fine.
that. Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Then
Well,
he was
that's
like,
terrifying.
anyway, my friends and I are going to go smoke some stuff. You want to come? I was like, I reckon I'm all right.
This guy, what a wild ride.
Yeah. I was like, I thought I was
Wacol.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Down
then-
in Melbourne.
And you're like, mate, you didn't need a wink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
I knew.
Yeah.
I
There's
knew
nothing
exactly.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first moved to, I was in Brisbane for 2 years, and on my first ever gig at Good Chat, I went over. You were there, and I just said hello to you, and I said, "Oh, where are you from?" And you said, "This is the first time I'd met you," and you were like, "Oh, I'm from Ipswich," and I said, "Oh, I didn't know anything about it." I went, "Oh, what's that like?" And you were like, you thought that I was making fun of you, and you were like, "Oh, it's not very good." And the person who you were with was like, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, okay." And then I went on stage, and because I was really new to comedy, I had a bit where I'd like made fun of. I was had to make fun of a suburb, I'd practice and always said Logan, but because I just had this conversation with you, I said Ipswich instead, and it got a huge laugh.
Yeah.
And then that joke then changed to Ipswich for the next 6 months that I did it. So thank you.
Yeah. No, Ipswich is it's the place that is the joke.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan works, but yeah, Ipswich is,
Yeah.
well, Pauline's from Ipswich, so that's.
She.
Yeah.
We know her. I know her well.
Fish and chip shop.
Fish and chip. Yeah.
Was that
around-
where her
still
fish
there?
and chip shop was?
Yeah, around
in
the corner
Ipswich?
from my
Oh my
primary school.
God.
Yeah.
So was it your dream as a kid to live in Ipswich?
Yeah, I said I'm never leaving.
I love when you meet people like that. I got some mates in Forestfield who have never lived outside of Forestfield nor left Western Australia. And every time I go back to Forestfield, I still see him walking around.
Yeah,
and
they
he just
love
from
it.
his house to fucking KFC and then
Great.
just nowhere else. And I'm like, how is this alive?
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
what
love
they know.
going home and there'll be like something new. And then one of my brothers or my cousins will be like, Ipswich isn't bad. Got a wine bar now.
Yeah. Actually, I've
And
done a
but-
gig. I think there's like at the theatre there, and there's next to the theatre, there's like a brewery, I think. Anyway, it's very nice. I thought it was really nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is nice.
I mentioned
my dad
one-
went to TAFE in that building.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah.
What do you study? Brett probably knows him.
He's a fitter and turner.
Oh, Brett's heard of it.
I don't know what that
that's-
means.
Well, it's a mechanical fitter and turner.
Yeah, it's
like replacing
above a
parts.
Boilermaker. That's all I know.
Okay, well that is
They
great.
hate Boilermakers. Yeah.
When I did a gig in Ipswich, I said, "How are we, Ipswich?" And then I think even the way I said it upset them, because one lady went, "Careful," and I went, "Sorry,
Sorry for
that
asking you
is-
how you are.
that sounds like my mum.
yeah.
your
How
mum
am
was
I? Okay.
careful." Oh, but I
Watch
was like,
yourself.
"I'm gonna get bashed tonight,"
And
I did.
Now, when you did work at the present, and
Yeah.
did you hear any wild stories about shit that people tried to smuggle in, like in their bodies or anything like that?
Trying to think. There was like, I remember being told that like, I didn't know about. There's like some sort of suction rule, and there was people were using sauce bottles,
Yeah.
like like refillable sauce
Yeah.
bottles, like you squeeze them. And they'd put it in the wrong way. Either lid first with the air thing meant that your butthole sucked it up rather than just because there's no plug. And then it should have gone in the other way. I don't know what they were using it for. Maybe,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And some women had put the sauce bottle up the wrong way and it sucked up their bum and they had to send them off to hospital.
There's sauce.
It's like some...
sauce bottle
The lid.
with the lid.
I think the lid is, there was some rule.
It's-
But you have to be careful because I didn't know, but your bum can suck stuff up. If you put it in, it'll.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah, Becky Lucas has a joke
Got a lot of
about
wedding
it.
rings up
But
there.
it's like, yeah. So they were using there was some trick to the sauce bottle and they got it wrong. They flipped it the wrong way and they lost some sauce bottles and they had to send
up
them
their
off.
ass.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
But also, if you want to get out for the day, you put something up your bum. And then
Really?
they have to- yeah.
Could be anything.
Well, they usually
Bible?
go razors. And then that
Razors?
way, yeah, because then you have to like send them off for an
Yeah.
X-ray and stuff and get it
Ah,
out.
it's a whole process for the day
But
or
you'd
whatever.
just die. You'd be like, I'm out. You know, like that's horrendous.
But also,
Yeah.
just
You're a
going,
nurse.
I'm kind of bored today. I might put a razor up my ass and go get an X-ray.
Yeah, but it's
pretty cool. I got an
that's-
X-ray today. It was pretty
I don't know,
fun.
went out, saw some people.
Yeah.
If you've seen the same people every day, I get that it would be nice just to see
Yeah.
a stranger. But
Absolutely.
yeah, it's called
what have
banking.
you been up to?
Banking.
Yeah, you put stuff up either your vagina or your butthole.
To get
Banked it.
Banked it.
Yeah.
Right. To get the day off, I banked it.
Yeah, but they said that you can always tell when someone's banking because they they go in and then all of a sudden they're the most popular person in the prison because it's like everyone sort of flocks to them
Ah.
because they're like they
She's
know
banked something.
She's banked something.
Yeah, right. And they're like, oh, you're about to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's awesome.
So are these okay? So there's people who've just been pushed into jail, like they've just been found guilty. They go to jail, and
Yeah.
just before they go in, they bank something, and then they become the most popular. Wow, this is actually great.
Yeah.
For
you can figure
anyone
out how
who's
the
about
jail
to
system
go to
works.
prison, shove something up your anus. You'll be
Yeah.
so popular.
Well, it works out well,
Well-
for my bro as well because he loves doing the hospital visits. He reckons it's fun. You get out of
Oh,
the you go,
yeah,
I got
yeah.
to take him to
You go.
hospital for the day. Oh, well, I'll get paid overtime.
Yeah, you get
And-
overtime, go on the van. It was my job for a minute. I used to when I was at the women's prison, there would be so they go and give birth and then they're separated like kind of straight away, which is a bit sad. And then
They
in
were
the
banking
prison,
a baby.
they're banking a baby,
Yeah.
got it out. They have to express at the prison.
Oh,
And then I
so
would
sad.
have to every day take this little esky of breast milk. And it was my job to drive it up to the
Very
hospital. I
big
don't-
job.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a little bit sad, isn't
That's the
it? You know what
saddest.
I mean? Like, wouldn't they be able to get a special ward for him for 6 months or something?
Nah, it depends,
Mm.
I guess, on whether they're already in like the
Yeah.
system with child safety or whatever.
Uh,
But they have like a mother and babies unit in the prison.
Okay,
So
you
the
get-
baby can be there until they're like 2 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Where'd you
You're-
grow up as a kid? In a jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was on Wentworth. She was allowed to have her baby. Did you watch Wentworth?
I did watch Wentworth.
I loved it. I
Did
loved
ya?
Wentworth.
I
loved
got
it
as
so
far
much.
as the broomstick and then I couldn't handle it.
I love that
makes
TV show
me
when
feel
they go
uneasy.
into jails and they put 15 normal civilians into the jail. And then they go beforehand. They go, how do you think you're going to go? I'm like, I'm going to be the king of 2 weeks or whatever. You seen this American one?
No.
Is
it in a real jail?
In a
With
real jail.
Prisoners?
And it's only filmed off security cameras. And one of these guys is like, yeah, I'm going to be the top dog or whatever.
Nah.
And in one of the scenes, they have to stop him from being raped. It was fucking like, they're like, we need to get security in there.
Who
now.
let that show happen?
It's on series 10. I love it. It's like series 8. This guy's
Fucking
like,
hell.
Americans will make anything. They will make anything.
but then people you think who wouldn't go well in there, like there was this quite quiet girl, but they somehow got attached with this group, and then she became popular. She didn't want to leave.
She's banked something.
Yeah, she was like, I'm having a great time.
Came out of her
here."
shell.
Yeah. She really did come out of her shell. It's fucking interesting to see, and then to see the bullying as well, because in America they got the LED screens or whatever the fuck it's called, and you can order food and stuff, and the guys just go up like, yeah, you need to get me that as well, and they're like, oh, okay, and they're like, ooh, he's made a critical error.
Yeah.
Now he's that guy's bitch.
Oh,
you know?
no. I'd struggle in prison. I think I'd really hate it.
I
Yeah,
reckon
I think
I'd hate
that's
it.
the point.
I think, okay. All right. Well, they've done a really
Yeah.
good job. I watched this. It was a documentary called like, Prison Experiment.
Yeah.
And then there's this one cell, one ward. What do you call it? A block? A block. And they said, we're taking they had really horrible criminals in there. And they were like, we're taking away all supervision apart from cameras for 23 hours of the day. So no cells will lock. And before that, there had been like 23 hours a day. They had to be in their cells. And there was 1 hour of the day where they were allowed out to play chess or whatever. And they were like, we're changing it all around. We're not going to come in. We're just going to watch you on this. And you guys are going to try and work out the right and wrong way to behave. I guess the theory was that when they go into society, they're not like, I'm going to do whatever I want until I get in trouble. That was like, oh no, I figured out what the right thing to do is, and I'll just do that because it makes everything easier for everyone. I understand the theory of it, but it was just a mess. Like they've just given people who've never had any rules.
Didn't work.
No, it's absolutely not working.
No.
It's
And my
You're
mind's
maybe
like,
somewhere in between.
Yeah,
They're all
like,
dead.
They
Yeah.
just kept getting bashed. Like everyone was getting bashed
They used
all the
to do this
time.
psychotic thing, and they did it in Melbourne jail. And when I went down to Port Arthur, I always love going to visiting jails. I don't know why. It's always so fucking interesting.
Yeah,
You know, the history.
I've
or
never
whatever.
been to one.
But one of the jails, they had this like technique where they, even in the cells, you could never see. The idea is when you're in jail, you'll never see another human being because the doors were always off, and they'd wear hoods. And even if they're in like church or whatever, they'd have bunkers like paddles. And then they go, yeah. And then they discovered that actually drove everyone insane. And you're like, yeah, of course it did. But then they didn't get
But
rid of
then
that
it's
technique
like-
though for another 50 years.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, they just kept it around.
released them.
Yeah.
No, you've done your time. You're good.
You'll be really safe around women now.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Feast your eyes on that. Oh my God, terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you got to tell us about this fat guy, bigger guy that kept breaking this chair, because I'm obsessed with this story because you do it as a bit of stand up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But
this was, yeah.
What is it? Tell me again, because this guy just kept getting workers' compensation.
Yeah. So what he would do, right, so this is still corrections, but I've moved up. I'm in head office.
Holy moly.
So I'm in the city.
Yeah.
Big
smoke.
Yeah, big
Out of
smoke.
prison.
I'm out of the prisons. There's a guy in there, and what he would do is he would break a chair and then claim workers' comp, have about a year off, come back, break another chair.
Genius.
But how do you break a chair? Like, is he a big bloke?
He wasn't that big. He was like just your regular office worker gut thing. In your head, it's like huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just
like
like-
a whale.
Well, no one could ever really figure out his technique, but he obviously was like leaning a bit, so he would just kind of work them, you know,
Wear and down.
Like a spoon on a prison wall.
Yeah.
He's
So he'd
just
do that,
rocking.
and then eventually snap, and then he hits the floor, and it's a big. One day I'm like an executive assistant at this point. The
this
big
guy
boss
so
is in there. I'm here. He's over here in a pod.
And you can see him chipping
I can
away?
see him, and then there's a big thud. So Rob's gone down.
Oh, Rob.
And you know
And
when you
it's-
hear this sound, you're not even like, what's that? You're like, it's Rob's gone down.
Yeah, it's a secret sound
To
on the
point-
radio. I know that one.
No one's moved. No one in the office has flinched. to the point that he has to go, oh no, it's happened again. Fucking hell. And then everyone goes, oh. They start turning their chairs around. They go, you all right, Rob?
And then no one gets like, and how many times, at this stage he's done it twice?
Oh yeah, 2 or 3 times, I reckon. He's had, what he's broken this time is like they got him a special chair that could like hold like 2,000 kilos. Steel, reinforced steel, can't be broken. And he's done it. He's broken it. And he's rolling around on the ground. Everyone comes out and they're just like, oh, I mean, they're like, what's sore, Rob? And he knows how to work the system, right? So as soon as they go, where are you hurt? He goes, oh, my neck's hurt. So everyone's like, okay. It's like, I think it's my spine. Yeah.
My pussy and
yeah.
Good.
So you can't move him. And then I'm admin, which is the lowest of the low. So you get the shit jobs. So they're like, oh, Bronwyn, you call an ambulance.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. So I have to call 000 and like, what's your emergency?
Oh,
and I'll go,
it's Rob again.
Rob's fallen off his chair. And they're like, and I remember the woman being like, well, is he hurt? I was like, I don't know.
I don't want to be in this conversation either.
Yeah. And he's fallen not very far onto carpet, but he reckons he's hurt his neck. And she's like, yeah, all right, we'll send someone. So the ambulance came out. Like
an hour later or 2 hours later?
No, they were pretty quick. They weren't too bad. I have to go down and meet him, bring him up. They get him in a stretcher. He's got the green whistle, which he hasn't earned. That made me the most mad. I was like, this
the green whistle for
nothing.
Absolutely
fucking nothing.
Great.
And then this was a bit, I was like, I remember as soon as he's on the stretcher and getting built, people are already back at their desks. Like no one gives a fuck. They're like, oh, thank God. And so he's gone. And then I had to sort of walk them to the lift, and I put the ambulance in the lift, and there was a moment where I was like, am I supposed to go? Where? And I went, oh, you're all right to get out. And they went, yeah. And it's like,
we've been
bye.
here before.
And then the doors just closed, and that was the last time I ever saw him. He just went down.
Oh my God.
No one went with him. It was...
No one would. Why would they?
No,
He's a
they
pest.
wouldn't. He's absolute pest. But...
kind of rules though. I kind of like it.
Oh, the special
hate
chair got... locked away for evidence for the compensation claim. So it was a spare office and I had the key.
Yeah.
So then the chair's in the spare office and
Great.
people are coming from other departments.
They want to see the chair.
They want to see, everyone's come, they go, how did he break the special chair? I'm like, come have a look. And then there's like just a bit of the joining so it's snapped and it's bent over and everyone's like, no one can figure it out. Yeah. They're just all coming in the room like, oh, he really, that's the special chair. Yeah, special chair.
He's done it.
Okay, yeah.
He worked so
People were coming
hard
from
for
other buildings to come have a look.
The special chair.
Yeah, the special chair.
No, not one. Is he all right? Can I have a look at this fucking chair? How did he do it?
Everyone, one theory is right. So you got your handles, and then he's chocked the handles under the desk to keep it up, and then just leans back. Just spend the whole day. So that's 8 hours a day.
Chipping away.
I
reckon he's earned it at this stage.
Yeah, because that would take months.
It would take months.
It's his longest run.
Oh, that was the hardest one for him?
Yeah, I reckon.
I wonder if he came back.
What a big day. He deserved that whistle. Yeah, he
I wonder
deserved the
if
green whistle.
Did he get the workers' comp? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, at the very least, you get a little return to work program, don't you? So you're back half
the time.
Doing light duties.
Oh, well,
that kind of thing.
Couldn't be much lighter than what he was doing.
No, I don't
leaning
think
back a little bit.
We used to have, like, in the prison, if the officers injure themselves, they come into admin, and that was always a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, we had this.
And because what were they like? Were they like, is this all you guys do?
No, they're just nightmares. Oh, we had this one guy come
most of them are fucking idiots as well. I'm just looking at my brother and his mates are all the dumbest cunts I've ever spoken to.
Right, so have them doing paperwork.
Yeah, they don't want to
go. They don't want to do it.
You don't want to Goldtooth McGavin on it.
Yeah. We had this one guy and we'd have to date stamp the mail and then he would do it really loudly to the tune of We Will Rock You. So he's just like...
yeah.
And then you're just like at your desk, like, I'm going to fucking kill him. And then whenever it was quiet, he'd just go, and then look around and see if anyone laughed. And it was just like, everyone's just ignore it. Like, imagine being a grown man making a fart noise.
He was 12.
And people have ignored you.
Oh, my God.
No
Bring
one's
back
reacted.
Rob. Where's Rob? I miss Rob.
If someone did that, I would die. I would absolutely fall off a chair. Just going. And
We
then
get workers
look
come
at anyone
around.
pissing themselves laughing. Me, correct, sir.
Oh, it's funny. And then this same guy, right? He ran the when you're in the prison, you've got to do first aid training for I don't know who gives a fuck. But
if someone's banked something dangerous.
well, let
Heaps
him
of
have
reasons.
it.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like, well done.
Yeah, it's in
good
there.
to
And how are you going to get it out now? It's going to suck.
Yeah,
well, if it's been sucked up, who's going to get that out?
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't know.
Soft
Nah.
with a gold tooth, I reckon.
I might have it. So we had to do this first aid course, and he ran it, and he was a complete fucking psycho about it. He kept putting up, like, you know, you do it and you go through and you have these scenarios, like, oh, there's been a car accident, something, blah, blah. He kept doing these scenarios, right? He'd be like, all right, you're in a shopping centre. There's a woman, she's pregnant.
Oh, my
She's
God.
collapsed. What do? Do you use a defibrillator on her? And we were like, think about it. Oh, no, I don't think we would use the defib on her. He goes, oh, yeah. He's real smug. He goes, oh, why's that? And I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. We're worried about the baby. That baby's dead.
Oh, shit. Twist. Make some drama. It's Mr. G.
He's like, that baby's dead. He's like, before she's even hit the ground, baby's dead. As soon as she's unconscious, baby's dead.
What? That's not science at all.
I mean, yeah, I've never been pregnant. You might be able to shed some light, but I reckon you
Real?
can, like, sleep, right?
Oh,
It's
As soon
insane.
as your head hits that pillow,
Baby's
that
dead. That baby's dead.
oh, my God. It does sound like Mr. G.
It was crazy. And then we were like, oh, okay. And then he's like, all right, give you another chance. Scenario number 2. It's a
He's
car.
loving these scenarios.
Oh, he's like, yeah. He goes, all right, car accident. Come across a car accident. The driver, they're slumped over the steering wheel.
Oh,
The passenger, they've gone through the windscreen.
holy shit.
In the back seat is a
Dead
baby.
baby. Oh, my God.
Who do you help first?
Oh, my God.
The
Then
baby?
and he went, nah, you check that baby. You've wasted time. Now everyone's dead. He goes, if you check that baby, I will fail you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then there was a woman there. She was like,
But you got to
baby,
check the baby.
you've got to check. There's this woman going, I'm a mum and please let me die and check my baby.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, I'll fail you. You check that. And then the next thing was like CPR. Oh, here's a baby to do CPR on. It was like, why? What's the point?
Yeah,
It's fucking
they're
dead.
dead
It's
anyway.
dead. They're all
always
dead.
in his situation.
Any situation,
babies.
dead.
Oh, my God. And guess what? If you look at it, you'll die too.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I can't be bothered doing this again. So I was like, all right, I won't look at the baby. Baby's dead.
Baby's dead.
Never look at the
Fine,
baby.
fine,
Never
Fine,
look at him.
fine, it's dead. The imaginary baby's dead. I
Right.
don't give a shit.
I
Holy
did
hell.
the CPR course, which I've already roasted on here because he was a fucking cunt of a bloke. He did the first aid
Oh, yes,
course.
I remember this, yeah.
And,
They're always very smug. There's always something wrong with
fat
them.
idiot. And he did the one that was like, there's an old lady there and we were learning how to do the baby thing. And he's like, oh my God, what are you doing? It's like, that's why we're here, fuckhead.
Yeah.
I don't know how to resuscitate a baby. And he's like, oh, just slap its back. And she was doing it like on a weird angle. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, and she goes, yeah, that's why we're here.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Fucking
And,
good on
and
her.
then she told him he needs to calm down. I fucking love that. But he told us a
love
great
her.
one, which I was like, what a fucking idiot. And of course he goes, oh, when I'm walking around, I carry my little first aid pack. He's got a first aid pack
Yeah.
attached to his belt.
That's pretty
And
hot.
then and I go, oh, well,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Whenever he walks his
Someone
dog,
needs a
he's got his
Band-Aid.
first
I'm gonna push him down the stairs. He needs it on himself.
Oh, God. And then he goes, so if I was ever, if I out walk with a dog and I'm ever bitten by a snake, I'm like, there's a lot going on here.
There'll be a dead baby.
Yeah, great.
And there'll be a dead baby. He goes, what I'll do,
that in the bushes.
because you don't want to move, I will lie down wherever I am. I'll just lie still. I'll put my first aid pack on my chest, and then I'll just wait for someone to come to wrap my arm. Because if you move any movement, the poison will go. And I was like,
Do you know what I'd
No
do?
one's
I'd
coming.
step over him.
yeah.
Keep
If I
walking.
saw him, I'd start rustling him around so the poison got to him. But the idea of just this man going, no, I'll wait. But I'm like, you know how to wrap your arm.
That
so
can't be the
answer.
best.
No, and they're like, if it bits your leg, well, then start wrapping it, and then you should be good to
No,
call
lie
someone.
down.
I think the
Don't
point
move.
is you just do the best you can, right?
In a situation,
Yeah.
but the idea of him just giving up, and then someone comes up, and you're like, I've been bitten by a snake.
Yeah, what are they
You're
gonna
like,
do?
what?
Or he just
Why-
doesn't talk. He can't talk because he can't
Don't
move.
want to move.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, he's dead, just like the
Yeah.
baby. Everyone's dead.
Everyone's
dead. Someone's looked at the baby.
I don't know if that's right.
But
You know
see,
what I mean?
no one stands up on like if everyone's like, is there a doctor in the house? No one's like, is someone got a Cert 3 in first aid?
Yeah.
Quick help. Like
Yeah.
no one
Yeah,
gives
absolutely. And also, no one's actually listening in those courses.
No.
I'm not listening. I had to when I was a teacher, and I didn't listen to a single thing. It was like in like the deep suburbs and in a pokies room. Oh, it was
In a pokies room.
Caroline Springs pokies room, and it was the worst. And the teacher was like, he was also like fed up, but also what. I want to know if anyone listens and you are a first aid teacher, I would like you to contact us because we have some questions for you.
Yeah, what's the drive?
Yeah, what was
Money.
the end goal?
You can't, you
But
can't,
I
you can't
just
be
wanna
rolling
know,
in
like,
it.
but they need to exist, and like people's lives have been saved because of these classes. There's no one's denying that. But I've never seen or met a first aid teacher who's been all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
have
I
you?
reckon, yeah.
I'd
to be
love
fair,
to know.
they're probably the people in there. I remember I did one. I think I had to do it for uni or something, and it was like we did scenario, but he like made everyone act out in the scenarios. And there was this,
we had to do those.
this
ones.
one like German woman that took it real seriously.
Amazing.
He was like, "You're in a car accident. You've lost your arm," and then like give it everyone.
I'd love
And then
this.
so some people are passed out, and then so you got to help check the people who are passed out first, see if they're breathing, right? But she's gone too into it. She's
Incredible.
going,
Danny
my
Bailey.
arm, I have no arm. And then you're trying to check out the like passed out person, and she's screaming in your face, my arm is gone. And I was like, I can't. And then the class ended, and she went, "Can I get a lift with you?" And I was like, "Oh
No.
no, I can't. I can never see you
Like,
ever again."
That same course, I did remember looking like a fucking idiot because it was on the second story, and he goes, "All right, so half of you got to go out, and then I'm going to tell these people the scenario that you got to come in." But when he said, he goes, "All right, you guys go outside," and I was like hungover or something, so I went out of the door, walked all the way down the stairs.
The other people going outside didn't stop you.
No, they didn't know because I was ahead of everyone, and then I'm just standing outside, and I go, "I don't think that's what he meant." And
Did
then
you
had to-
lie down and
I
put
would
a
love if they
first
just
aid
thought you
kit
were
on
like,
your
I'm
chest?
done.
I'm done. Yeah.
My brother did like a lifesaver, was a lifesaver for a bit, and one of the things to get your bronze medallion, you got to swim 800 meters nonstop. And he went to the pool to do his 800 meters, and he said there was a kid in front of him, a bit overweight, and this kid swam 50, got to the other end, got out, didn't look back, walked.
Kept walking. Forget it. That's enough. Finished.
Nah, not happening. Nah,
Not for me.
can't do 16 more of those.
Have you ever quit in spectacular fashion?
No, I'm an absolute coward. I've not quit in spectacular fashion. The best I've seen would be Rob, or I've
pretty
come in
good.
after someone who's quit in spectacular fashion.
Ah.
So I've gotten the job of that person.
And so were they thrilled to have someone who wasn't? Did they like?
No, I only found out because there was just stationery and stuff still all there, and there was this really nice umbrella.
Yeah.
And it was raining one day, and I was like, "Oh, is this anyone's? Can I take this to go
I'll
outside?"
borrow it.
And they were like, "Yeah, have it." They were like, I can't remember what her name was. They're like, "Yeah, it's Sandra's. She won't be back." I was like, "What?" And then it turned out. I mean, this is the side of the story I got. According to everyone else, she just got asked to do her job, and then she flipped.
Yeah.
And said everyone was bullying her. Did a big storm out, left
Yes.
everything behind, including this very nice umbrella that became my umbrella.
Yeah. See, she didn't plan
it's-
that. So
No,
that's
no,
like
no.
that's a woman. That's
That
a
was
fed
an
up
expensive
woman.
umbrella.
That was everyone in the office didn't like her as well because they're like, oh, all they were doing was asking her to do her
Yeah.
job.
Exactly. Just asking her to do her job. And very much like, can you believe it? Us bullies? And I thought, I
can believe it.
I could see it.
Absolutely.
I could see
but
it.
also, I hate people who say they get bullied at work. I'm like, grow up.
Get on with it.
Just
Yeah, but it happens.
Don't
though.
talk
It does
to 'em.
happen.
Yeah.
So I
You
get
think
it.
like worksite bullying would be intense. Like you've done work sites and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've had some in like probably the film industry was the worst for a period.
Really?
They just because people get bored and you're on comms all day and like you can see it with some of the younger guys. The older guys will just bully them and everyone can hear it.
That's not
and
nice.
sometimes you have to pull people aside and go, mate, pull your fucking head in.
I think I get impatient. I think I get impatient with it because I've heard people who I've seen people claim it when you're like, what are you talking about? They weren't even talking about you.
Yeah, when soft people do it and you go, fucking hell, it ruins it for everyone. But for the actual legitimate people,
yeah,
you know,
it definitely happens. Yeah. But so she had a big
Sandra.
Yeah,
I wonder if she was bullied.
I would have liked to have seen it.
Oh yeah, I reckon.
I think it would have been a bit of both.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon she was bad at her job, and then also being bullied.
She left her umbrella behind.
Also,
and I was like, I just remember them being like, she won't be back. You can take it.
You can have it. No, did you stay in that job for ages?
Yeah, for about a year or so. That's the job I had when I could see Rob fall off the chair. But it's, admin is, have you ever done admin?
No. I was just a teacher, so I guess so.
I don't know. It's just people just, you're the end of the line. So I remember there's like one woman that would always be at my desk with just shit. Like she would just be like, printer's broken. I'm like, is it Judy? What happened to it? She's like, I don't know. It was like that. I was like, was it like that? Or I reckon you fucking broke it, Judy. and also the instructions are on like the screen. It tells like step 1, pull the tray. And she just would like, I remember her coming up to my desk, just being like, there's flies in my pot plant. I'm like, all right.
There's what?
Flies. She's like, there's flies in my pot plant. And then I would just stop engage. Like I wouldn't offer a solution. I go, oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So you got fly spray? I go, nah. And then I just wait for her to walk off.
That is a long standoff.
Holy shit. Where's Rob?
I wasn't
Bring Rob back.
Nah.
I only had one admin job, or it was like data entry or something. But you know, like those Foxtel boxes that, you know, you connect to the TV. And my job was to like pull all the cards out of them. Like there was thousands and thousands of them. And then the guy's like, and then each of those cards, then you got to go to the computer and then you got to type it into the spreadsheet. And I was like, okay. And he goes, we don't know how long this job's going to take. It'll probably take 3 months. And I was like, okay. And I reckon I did the job in a week. And then I just walk around and and no one was checking that. No one's going to go, hang on a sec, I'm going to look at these cards and make sure he's put the fucking number into the imaginary spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I just fucked around for 3 months and I keep doing the same thing.
If they've like set you a task and you've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a job in the prisons where it was like, I worked in the visits block. So where you process everyone, like the public before they go in for their visit. And there's like always a bunch of forms and another girl and I started. There's always a big backlog. They're like, we can never get through these forms. Same thing. Got through the forms. Didn't tell anyone. No. So we just fucked around. But and I think that's fine. We got the work done.
You get the work done in the assigned amount of time they wanted it. Who's losing?
Yeah, well, someone ratted on us. Yeah.
Judy.
No, it was another girl. But
never forget. We know who you are.
And then they were like, so heard you got a lot of free time down there. We're like, you fucking little.
Oh no, we just finished it.
Anyway, we stopped being as productive.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah, look, this is bureaucracy. Of course you're going, okay, fine, we'll do it really slow. We're going to have a really long recess. I assume you get recess in every job.
I've done some construction jobs.
Yeah, big tea, big lunch, little lunch. Yeah.
I've done some construction jobs where they're like, can you guys slow down? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, by how much? He's like, by a lot. I'm like, yeah, okay. He goes, but yeah, I just don't want to see you. But yeah, I'm like, I read you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Go do a fucking 3-hour shit. Yeah, I can do that.
I'd rather work like that. Like smash it all out.
Yeah.
Chill out for a minute.
Yeah, I like to go hard. But they're like, he's like, just the whole thing, just slow it all down. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
Is it busy? Now, we have one more question, Bron, is what is the worst gig you've ever done?
Oh,
Gold Coast.
I reckon. Oh yeah, I did.
I love Gold, and I've just booked in a Gold Coast run, and I'm like, I don't know why.
Do you remember the Cecil? I don't think they do it anymore.
I do remember the Cecil.
Yeah, I did the Cecil, which was fucking grim.
Was it Surfers Paradise? No, I never did the Cecil.
Was the Cecil the one with the poker machines
on to the side? and it was like on a corner.
Yeah. And the windows outside.
Near Australia Fair. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I did it there, which it was always grim. So like bombing there, fine, whatever. But I remember in the middle of my set, this guy got up and he went, I bought 2-for-1 pizzas. I'm not going to eat both of them. Does anyone want one of my pizzas? And I just had to just like, I don't even think I stopped doing my, do you know when you don't care enough? You're like, I'm just going to pretend it's not happening.
Help him out. Does anyone want the pizza? What is it, mate? What do you got? Vegetarian?
I think that same gig, there was a fight outside and then one of the guys was trying to run away from the other guy and he ran through the show. And
it would have been
screaming at each other. And I was just like, yep. And then I had to stop the show because the window was there and they were just bashing each other and everyone wanted to watch the fight. So I just turned around, he's done.
Yeah.
All right, that's over. And then the cops came and shit and they're in the background. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I think, was it Nick Carr telling me he did it and he was like doing his set and he saw a junkie walk in and then lick all the spoons on the tables up the and then walk back out.
Just checking
and
for
he
heroin.
was just like, and then didn't tell anyone. Just kept doing it.
And people are going to use the spoon and shit. Oh my! I swear to God, even though I do like going to them, but the dog and parrot fucked me up so many times.
Where was that? Gold Coast as well?
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist anymore. Another successful.
Yeah.
But the dog and parrot, I was doing Aquaman in the Gold Coast.
Yep.
And I was like, I'll go down and do a gig, and then but I didn't know all the rigging boys were coming or whatever. So they surprised me.
Oh no! To
But
the worst
I'm
gig.
and I'm bombing, and I don't see them, and they're on the back, and they're doing this. They're like, they're trying not to let me know that they're there, and they're like, oh, this is bad, and I fucking died so hard.
Yeah.
No, don't come to gigs. Like
The bad
just
ones. I know.
Yeah, just strangers.
Yeah.
Just want strangers.
Just complete strangers.
I did the sit down once and this woman came up to me. I bombed so hard. She came up and she was like, do you know what? I liked you.
Oh, don't
And
say
then
it. She made it
she
worse.
went, have this. And she gave me a Valium.
Oh
She
my
goes,
God.
Don't think about it.
That's very nice.
And then I reckon she got maybe 2 or 3 meters away, turned around, came back and she went, have another one.
oh,
Gave me 2.
I love that she had to have a thing. I thought she was gonna and she walked 4 meters and collapsed.
No,
She
came back.
She goes,
She was
I
like,
think
"Nah."
you're gonna need 2 to get
I
to
agree.
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
She could have come back and been like, again, I didn't think it was bad. I thought you were great. But she came back and went, nah, you're not going to sleep on that.
Yeah,
Here's another one.
that's going to be going.
That was a double
Yeah.
drop set. Yeah. Fuck.
Well, Bronwyn Kuss, thank you so much for coming on
Thanks
to
for
work,
having me.
Thank
Hades.
you.
You've had some interesting jobs, I'll say the least. Good luck with Edinburgh.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
going to be great.
Thanks, legends. Make sure you jump onto the Patreon and subscribe, and all that boring bullshit. Thanks, legends. Bye. I've been fired from a lot of places. I've been fired from so many places.
I went into the class one day, real bullets. Kill me.